What do you call two banana peels? A pair of slippers.
Perfect.
Hello there broskies, Erkin back here with something a little different today. Not your average brand, not your average sneaker. On today's episode, we are having a look at the Salomon XT-6. So now we're in February 2022 and it still sounds pretty weird to say, but last year I made a vow to myself. I made a promise to make my collection as diverse as I possibly could. So the Salomon XT-6 is one of those sneakers I've been seeing everywhere. And I work in the heart of London, so I see thousands of faces every single day, literally. And there's been more and more people wearing these, whether it's the all white version, the black one, and some other nice colorways as well. Now Salomon itself as a brand, it might be new to you because it sure is to me. Now Francois or Francis Salomon, he started off the company way back in 1947. And not to bore you too much, but it started off making skiing gear. And then it transformed into gear for hiking. In the 90s is where it transformed itself in terms of the direction they went in. And now they're mostly focusing on trail hiking running shoes. And lo and behold, the XT-6 is one of their leading sneakers. Now before we go even further into this shoe, let's take a look at the box. Now there is a lot of Salomon branding all over this box, but it still keeps it nice and minimal. It is mostly a black box with yellow, brown and blue as well. But on the actual product sticker, it does read XT6 and the official colorway is black grape and chocolate fondant. Fondant or fondue? One of the two, just figure it out. Now although this isn't the most popular brand or sneaker out there at the moment in terms of hype, these were still so hard to get my hands on. I had to get these off ASOS and there was like my pair only left. So that just shows these sneakers are still popular, just not mainstream popular at the moment. What really happens from a silhouette? It just takes the right collaboration to bring these to light. And I'm kind of dreading it because I don't want some of these sneakers to get played out. But I'm also looking forward to it as well because of all the different colorways that can happen. And speaking of collabs, there's actually one with End and Salomon for the XT Wings 2. And I won't lie to you, that doesn't look half bad. Now these did retail at £155 here in the UK, which to be fair isn't that bad. I mean yes it is pricey, but for a leading sneaker from a brand you can't really complain there. And for the technology it has as well, it is money well spent in my opinion. Now if it is a new silhouette to you, just like it was to me, of course you're thinking about how these fit. And it's sort of like a double-edged sword. For me, overall, I went true to size and that was my best fit. But although, just like what your missus said, the length isn't the issue. In terms of the length, they fit perfectly. I wouldn't really go half a size up for me because I am a narrow footer, but they do fit really snug, especially when you first put them on. But of course, like most sneakers, you just have to wear them in, get used to them and break them in even more. But if you are a wide footer, I would say go half a size up at least just to be on the safe side. But for me, with narrow feet, I just went true to size. Now the XT6, with all the technology on this sneaker, with all the materials used on this sneaker, it's only right we have an up close and personal look. Now there's so much to talk about with this silhouette for all the right reasons. We've got mostly on the upper this textile mesh which really does work well. It's mostly responsible for the water resistance and no, it isn't waterproof. Now the overlays do work really well here. It does give it more of an outdoor sporty vibe. On the medial side we have Sensi Fit and Endo Fit which is responsible for how snug these actually are. And towards the back we have the S-Lab branding with the XT6 soft ground. Now the lacing is one of the reasons why this sneaker is so different. We've got this convenient quick lacing system to this silhouette. So say you're wearing gloves or your hands are too wet or too cold to function. These are so much easier than your average shoe to tie up. You literally just slip your feet in and pull the tab to tighten and pull it back to loosen. And if you don't like the look of it, you can actually tuck it in that little pouch on the tongue, which I thought was really smart. But speaking of the tongue, we have the Salomon branding going all the way up. And just underneath that, it has racing products in that tab with red, yellow and blue. And just to finish off the tongue, we have the S branding just at the top. Now overall, the tongue has that neoprene vibe to it, which adds to the sporty aesthetic. Now the sock liner is of that soft black mesh. And what adds more to the comfort is this Orphalite insole that we've seen in recent sneakers like the New Balance 550. Now towards the heel counter, there is a bit of structure here, but not too much going on, apart from the medial and lateral side with the branding of Salomon and S-Lab. Now this midsole is as crazy as it gets. We have this dual density foam to the midsole and it is so comfy on foot. We have that TPU design in that sort of yellow gold color and the AC2 branding on the foam. Towards the medial side, we have the pronation control, which is responsible to help support your arches of your feet, which in the long term should help prevent injury. Now the outsole, this is another thing to scream about. In the middle, we have the chevron branding with the Contra Grip branding there as well. And it has that boot-like aesthetic, which of course represents why it's designed for hiking. Now there was a lot to go through with this sneaker, but honestly, when you first see these, you don't really know what to think. It's mostly when you try them on and even have them in hand that you really do appreciate them. But broskies, we are here to see if this is your cup of tea and whether these are a buy or a buy. Now I can really see Salomon being the next upcoming brand. I mean, the last couple years it was New Balance, even though they've been around for so long. It just takes the right collaborations to bring sneakers back to life. And yes, there might be people who only wear this sneaker, but for the mainstream people, they don't even have a Scooby-Doo. I mean, I only took notice when I kept seeing people with these at work and I was like, what is this Salomon brand? So I hopped on YouTube and I saw the likes of Guy and Kicks and Josh Dominic doing reviews to these sneakers and I was like, whoa, I think they're onto something. And when I was searching online for a pair, I came across this colorway and I was like, you know what? That's a bit of me. Now when it comes to the comfort, I won't lie to you and I'm not exaggerating this one bit. These are one of the most comfiest sneakers I have ever put on. I can't really compare it to any other sneaker because it has all these different traits to it in terms of the outsole, the insole being Orphalite as well. But the upper just sits very nice and snug on top. And I am a fan of that. You may not be, but for me, I do like them. And if you are one of those people that want to take these on hikes or even long walks, you will not be disappointed. The few days I've spent with this sneaker, I have nothing really to moan about, to be fair. Now I know some people might be thrown off with the quick lacing system, but if it's not for you, then these won't be for you because it's that signature look to a Salomon sneaker. But worst case scenario, you can always tuck them in. But in my opinion, they look cool all out. Overall broskies, something new, something refreshing, and something so comfortable on foot. I was so surprised. And for me, I think it just takes the right colorway to win you over. Overall broskies, I am going to give the XT-6 an absolute buy. Now I am interested to know what you think. Comment down below if you're a fan of the XT-6 or if you've got any Salomon sneakers in your collection. Leave it all down below and I will be pinning the best comments. Anyways broskies, thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to hit me up on the IG as well. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. And until the next episodes, see you later, alligator.